Hello, everyone. I am Professor Harvey, and I teach at Catholic International University, catholicu.edu. And I want to share with you about the news that I have had a recent article published in case it might be of interest to you. It's through the Albertus Magnus Institute, in their articles. Magnus articles, sometimes it just says articles on the tab. And it came out August 4th, 2024 AD. It's a work titled A Great Book's Education, Origin, Content, and Pedagogy. And I thought I might provide just a little bit of background to whet your appetite a bit. I was first introduced to the idea of the great books when I was a headmaster or principal of one of the Chesterton academies. While I was involved in classical education prior to that, since then, since my time as headmaster, I have noticed the phrase great books everywhere within the classical education and overall liberal arts circles. Everywhere also might be an exaggeration, but overall, it seems like I'm seeing it more often. And I don't know if there's a reason for that or I'm just more aware of it. I used to think, like most, that these books are the classics, the ones that everyone should read. This is a terribly reductive notion and doesn't come close to the original vision. When I had made the decision to pursue studies that were not only theological, as up to that point I was highly specialized, but to include philosophy and literature, I found a great books university called Harrison Middleton University for my doctorate, and it was a powerful experience. In my first course, I was introduced to the great books, guiding texts. So these kind of texts or resources to help you understand the history and approach of the great books foundation, and the pedagogy they promote. In my dissertation, I looked at these things a bit more closely. Anyway, I was surprised to see that the great books approach has its own unique history and its own unique pedagogy or approach for teaching. I hope you will check out the article. It's an introduction into what the Great Books movement is. Who are those key figures? Who's Adler? Who's Hutchins? What was their vision? What was the approach to teaching? Why these books over other books? Now, all of this is very introductory. It's meant to just introduce the reader to these things and notice that it's more than just a set of books you can put on a bookshelf. There is going to be a part two. This is the first of a two-part series. And that second part will be handling tensions that I allude to by the end of the first article, tensions and proposed resolutions for the great books used within a Christian context. So I hope you'll head over to Albertus Magnus Institute's website, magnusinstitute.org, click on articles, and check out my Magnus article introducing the origin, content, and pedagogy of the great books. I will also post a link in the description to this video. Thank you, everyone, and God be with you.